Hey, how's it going? I'm Cathy Harding, and this is Brendan Fitzgerald. You know Brendan. He's got the cover story this week, and it's about Clinton Johnston. We admire Clinton around these parts because he is sort of a jack of all trades for community theater. And actually, Brendan and I both had an opportunity to see his latest production out at Four County Players.
That's right.
Over the weekend, and that gave us some occasion to talk a little bit about community theater and what it means to us and what its strengths are, particularly as pertains to Four County Players.
Sure.
So we wanted to share some of our point of view about that with y'all in light of Brendan's story. So you drive out to Four County Players, and you are making a commitment. If you live in Charlottesville and you're driving out there to see a show.
That's right. Well, it took us, a good 20 minutes to a half hour or so. It's a bit of a trip, but you take lovely scenic Route 20, and it seems like less of one. And you sort of when you hit the Playhouse, it's sort of the Playhouse you want to see for a local theater that's been around for going on 40 years. This is their 37th or 38th season, and it's like the old schoolhouse or the old church kind of feel to it, and you step inside and it's just this very surprisingly expansive space. There were a few actors and directors from other local theaters there, and one of them actually said to me that it was her favorite place to go see a show of all the community theaters in town.
I really like that aspect too, that you see a lot of people who are theater supporters because it's their field, and also because they just love theater. I was thinking about how many familiar faces there are also in the cast and crew, and the women who are selling you the popcorn and the wine and so forth before the show and during intermission. And it reminds me a little bit of one of the things that I like about going to the city market, because you have your regular vendors, and in this case maybe your regular players, or the folks who are reliably in productions, and then there's always a few newcomers who kind of get welcomed in, and then in the audience, much like at the city market, you will see many familiar faces. Right. And it's very reassuring. It's kind of comforting,
Yeah, well, and like the city market, the wares change frequently. And in this show, there were a couple folks from the Bent Theater, which is an improv group, doing a bit of Shakespeare, and reasonably new to that sort of work. And so it was sort of nice to see new offering from a couple of them, from the fellows that play both Othello and Iago. And Shakespeare's always in season in the summer and fall out there at Four Counties, and they've done reliably for years, and so it's sort of a nice tradition to catch as well.
Well, we want to congratulate Clinton on getting another show up, another fine production. He is really committed to the Shakespearean stuff. Of course, not only that, but in this particular case, he's got Othello up for a couple more weeks. And also, just a little appeal, if you do go out, and we hope you will, to see Othello, and you're driving from Charlottesville, don't forget to carpool. All right? Okay, I'm Cathy Harding with Brendan Fitzgerald.
Enjoy the show.
We'll see you next week.